Hey, again, I've learned that, of course, we are all different. Some people feel like they can go weeks and months and, oh, we can pick up where we left off. Bravo for you. Bravo. That works for you. That does not work for me. And I'm thinking it does not work for my fellow anxious people out there who are continuing to work on themselves and who want quality, um, long-lasting friendships. Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing amazing today. Thank you so very much for dropping by my channel. Today we will be talking about friendships and why I believe the anxious attachment style can benefit from healthy, high maintenance friendships, right? Now, of course, there's so many things on the internet that we can entertain or choose to hit uninterested in and things of that nature. But at some point months ago, I learned that there's truly a thing. I know amongst my friend that I have spoken about this, or friends, not just one friend, but I didn't know that there's a thing of people debating the high maintenance friend versus the low maintenance friendship, right? But today I'm going to bridge the gap as to why I believe high maintenance friendship works well for the anxious attacher. So let's talk about it. And so anxious attachment styles, you can check out my previous video if you are interested, or I spoke about a few other attachment styles. Of course, I bring stuff that interests me to the channel. So basically, the anxious attachment style, you definitely crave consistency. So I want to talk about that right now. What requiring high maintenance in your friendships, and that can be female friendships, male friendships, whatever you want to call it, because ideally I believe even if you're dating, you want to build a friendship with that person, right? So yeah, it can work with male or female. So with that being said, as an anxious attacher, I believe that consistency matters. First and foremost, I am a consistent person, strive to be a consistent person best I can in my life with all different types of things that I do. So I refuse to take anything that's a part of what I'm used to. So yeah, especially in this stage of my life. So yeah, if I'm being consistent and I meet someone, be it male or woman, and they're consistent and they just start to fall off, I'm gonna use my throat chakra and I'm gonna bring that to you, like, hey, everything okay? First and foremost, the world don't revolve around me. Are you okay? Just a genuine check-in, and that's still a way for them to be open if they are close with me. You don't do this with everyone, right? But yeah, if I feel like the consistency is off, I'm definitely going to bring it to you, because I'm not just sitting in the gap twiddling my fingers. Oh, it's this. No, no, my life is precious just as much as the next man or woman. So if you can't be consistent, what are we doing? So for my attachment style that I continue to work on day by day, and I know someday I may reach the point of secure attachment style, long as I continue to do the work. But I definitely can mainly identify with being an anxious attachment style. And of course that goes back to childhood, things of that nature. So yes, consistency, it works for the anxious attachment style. So being in a high maintenance relationship, consistency, you're gonna have to be able to show up, or it's okay to be a hi by an acquaintance person. Everyone's not meant to be a close friend, and I am totally okay with that. So consistency matters. Showing up, whatever you require. That can be, for some people, that can be a day-to-day thing, a weekly thing, a bi-weekly, whatever that is. I mean, I'm not doing bi-weekly, but anywho, whatever you choose to put up with, have your standards out there, and once you put that out there early, if that works for said person, great. If it doesn't, there's billions of people in the world that it can work with. Okay, so also let's talk about why high maintenance work for this attachment style regarding honesty. So when you have different types of friends, or acquaintances, I do advocate for people knowing the difference. But your acquaintance, you're not just going to go, in my opinion, and just lay out whatever has been troubling you mentally or whatever you're going through. Your acquaintance is someone that's there for a good time, maybe a good ear. They're a good person. They're not a bad person, but you just don't want to pour out your soul and then they're not even consistent. They just show up for, what is it, certain events, or they're just not consistent for your attachment style. So if they're not as consistent, do you even feel safe with telling them what's on your mind, or is it going to go through one ear and out the other? Are you going to come across to them as she's too needy? And anytime someone use such language on you about being too needy, I want you to know, hey, they're not aligned with who you are, and that's okay. Maybe you just need to cut it already before they start to make a mockery of you and your emotions. So you're not needy. You're just a person that's speaking up about how you would like folk to show up in your life. And once again, if they can't march to that beat, that's okay. Millions of people are going to continue in the world. So you guys just cut your losses, and are you going to continue to be triggered when you're honest about your emotions and you're just playing it down? So requiring high maintenance in your friendships regarding honesty, it attracts honesty with certain people. So if that's something that you want, I think that when attracting certain people in your life, just make sure that you are voicing that, right? And last but not least, I believe that the anxious attachment style can benefit from high maintenance friendships, with also having a quality of having this with certain friends. They will help you self-regulate, right? And what do I mean by that? You are going to be blessed with certain people that just will understand once you were feeling. First and foremost, you have to go through the stages, from my opinion: the consistency, the honesty, and then you will know that you feel safe with that self-regulation. When you're explaining your emotions, or you feel like, dang, this person may have not gotten back, or they didn't speak, you're going to be able to self-soothe with the fact of, I'm safe with them. They've been showing up in this type of way for me. They respect my boundaries. It's okay for me as a human to feel these feelings, but also it's okay for me to self-soothe, because I know that this person genuinely means me well. So if you can think of that person, and what comes to mind is, they don't add stress to me. They don't make me feel like, they don't make me feel out of place. You just think of them and you're like, they soothe. They add this soothing effect to me. And again, you're not depending on them. You're still doing your own inner work. But if anyone's gonna come into your life, you want them to be of benefit. All right. So if you think of that person and you're like, they genuinely on my team, then that's a person that you want to be a part of your tribe of nurturing that high maintenance friendship. Again, this is not for everyone. Again, in the world today, some people call, they just too needy. I got my, and you know what else I want to, again, this goes between both genders, right? But what else comes to mind is that same energy is not kept up, because it's like, I don't need to talk to a woman every day. I don't need to do this every day. I got my life, But the man, that's a whole different story. If you don't talk to him every day, your mind is all about you're just a whole different person that's going to send you in an uproar. Oh, you ain't call me, you ain't text me, you don't rock with me like that, whatever that is that you're going to say. But your friend, you can go weeks and weeks. Hey, again, I've learned that, of course, we are all different. Some people feel like they can go weeks and months, and we can pick up where we left off. Bravo for you. Bravo, that works for you. That does not work for me, and I'm thinking it does not work for my fellow anxious people out there who are continuing to work on themselves and who want quality, long-lasting friendships. We're not saying we don't know how to do the small talk, the acquaintances, but, and I'm not even going to say we. What I'm saying is, what I've learned and continue to learn with those that's close to me is those three main things have to be present. And as you have to show up consistently, you have to help. It has to be a safe place for me to feel honest with my emotions. And when I think of you, I feel self-regulated. And I also want my friends to feel the same way when they think of me. That's all for today. Drop your comments below. Thank you so very much, as always, for dropping by, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.